Hello and welcome to this week's Climate Dispatch. Johanna Miller, Vermont Natural Resources Council. Once again, joined by my colleague Dan Fingus, Vermont Conservation Voters. And we're really grateful for the time today. Representative Kathleen James of Manchester, who's also the chair of the House Energy and Digital Infrastructure Committee. This is the third week of the legislative session and it's really busy. And as we've been noting to you, a lot of challenging issues that our legislators are grappling with, and clearly a lot happening for our country in this moment. So we're so grateful for the state of Vermont doing what we can in this moment to protect people and also continue to lean into the really important issues that we know are priorities for Vermonters. And that means clean energy and climate action as well. So, a couple quick updates for you. As you may have already heard, this week the governor outlined his budget priorities. Unfortunately, climate and clean energy was not a top priority. Instead, the big proposal is to really lean more into nuclear. So we're going to be unpacking that a little bit further. But before we turn it over to Representative James, just wanted to give you an update. We've been keeping you posted on the portable solar bill and also a potential pause in rate reimbursement for net metered programs. And we expect that tomorrow in the Senate Natural Resources and Energy, they very well may move the portable solar bill.
Great.
And they're taking up the net metering. And that will then make it into Representative James's committee, hopefully in the coming weeks and month or so. So we're going to keep you abreast of that. But one thing that we're really excited to hear about from Representative James is her priorities, but also one important priority, a top 10 recommendation of the Climate Action Plan, which was to establish a greenhouse gas emission reporting program. Representative James, you've been a climate champion for all the affordability, public health, and economic benefits that it provides. And just curious, would love to hear about why you think that particular bill is a priority and what else you'd love to see happen this session.
Yeah, well, like you said, Joey, I read the Climate Action Plan and looked at their priority recommendations. And one of the top recommendations was that Vermont establish a more robust emissions reporting framework across all sectors, so heating and transportation. And the Agency of Natural Resources has already been into our committee to talk about how they've envisioned this framework playing out. They would like the data to be reported by all the emitters across heating and transportation and then come to ANR. And it's really useful data. Because when we go to build policy, we want to make sure that we build energy policy that helps make life more affordable for Vermonters and that also helps Vermonters transition to clean and renewable energy, which we know in the long run is cheaper and not to mention better for the planet. So better for all of us and better for the planet. So basically, we just want to start with the foundation of good data. ANR has indicated they're willing to take on that work. That's great. They've asked for an appropriation, so I'm sure we'll have to haggle over that. This is not a flush year in the budget, but it is one of my top priorities because we want to make sure that we develop policies that help low and moderate income Vermonters transition to renewable energy. And we need to find out, get the numbers to look a little bit beneath the hood.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Chair James.
Yeah.
We really appreciate your leadership in these tough times. I mean, it's so important to have someone who continues to look for innovative solutions and then the bedrock stuff that we need to do even in these times. For all of you out there thinking, what can I do? You can call your representatives and let them know that you support the establishment of a greenhouse gas emissions reporting program, and more importantly, that we fund it, that we make this something that can be a reality. Because as we have these budget negotiations that are really hard this year, if more legislators are hearing that this is important to them, it's more likely it'll stay in the budget and we'll be able to create the program. So please make those calls. Please help out Chair James and the other folks that are working really hard in this building. And as always, check us out again next week.